Well, good day. My name is Dr. Kirtley Thornton. I'm going to be discussing the cognitive activation quantitative EEG approach to improving cognition and learning disabilities with EEG biofeedback and neurotherapy. I've been working in this area for about 20 years now. I think I have a solution that may be of benefit to these children. Let's do some EEG basics. This is a standard EEG for a normal individual doing a task. We can examine the frequencies that are involved in the EEG. Have 5 normal definitions: delta 0 to 4 sine waves per second, theta 4 to 8, which is tied to ADD and ADHD, alpha waves 8 to 13, beta waves 13 to 30, and gamma waves 30 plus. Excessive delta and theta are related to deficits in cognitive function, and excessive theta is related to ADD and ADHD. Let's look at the other communication variables. There are 2, coherence and phase. If the amplitude at location A matches the amplitude at location B across the time period of 1 second, and we can say that we have a high coherence value. The phase value is reflective of the time delay between B and C of the signal. The shorter the time delay, the higher the phase value. These phase and coherence values are involved in effective cognition in adults and children. Deficit and phase theta and alpha are seen in the learning disabled population, along with excessive theta and delta. We need to understand the normal bell curve. Any trait, height, weight, or Q scores generally fall along this normal distribution, with most of the people being within plus or minus 1 standard deviation. And although 1 doesn't sound like a large number, it's equivalent to 30 pounds. 1 standard deviation of weight is 30 pounds. Look at the results of comparison of the quantitative EEG biofeedback approach on the far right to other commonly used interventions in the field. 0.80 standard deviation is considered a large effect size, and you can see here we're getting more than twice that effect size. The other red indicate other EEG biofeedback approaches on attention and IQ measures. So what is the activation database guided QEEG approach? It's a method to determine an individual's weakness and strengths in their electrophysiological functioning for specific cognitive abilities. It employs the only database in the world that examines the QEEG under cognitive activation conditions and extends the frequency range to 64 Hz. Most databases have eyes closed and eyes open and stop at 30 Hz. So this is the only one that actually has the subject engage in a cognitive task, several cognitive tasks. The reasoning for this is that one cannot drive one's car with their eyes closed. You really need to understand what's happening during the task in terms of the brain function. So we have these 7 different conditions we have the subject undergo, all very relevant to educational and cognitive function. The conceptual approach is the coordinated allocation of resource model, or CAR, which states that the brain uses specific resources for specific abilities which overlap in some situations. The resources are defined as 1, flashlights. It's a metaphor indicating that a location can send out a beam to all other locations within a specific frequency. And processing units: frontal, posterior locations, central, etc. The purpose is understanding what are the relationships between the QEEG variables and cognition. So we examined some 2,000 plus variables and their correlation with cognitive performance. We reduced the number of variables by creation of flashlight and processing unit variables. This is an example of a child's auditory memory results. We color code according to whether they're below or above standard deviation values. So if you're above the norm, you get red or yellow; below, you get blue. In the standard biofeedback session, electrocaps on the head, the subject watches the computer screen, which reflects the value of a variable that's being addressed. Sound information is also provided for the feedback. Can we change the physical values of the quantitative EEG signal with operant conditioning? Operant conditioning has been around 50, 60 years, a well-known behavioral way to control behavior. And by rewarding certain signals and inhibiting others, yes, we can. It shows you the raw score changes in coherence, alpha, beta 1, beta 2, about 6 to 7 points, and that's about 1 to 2 standard deviations. So we are changing how the brain actually works. In this example, we're changing an arousal variable. With beta 2, using modern statistical methods of confidence intervals, this is showing significant effect on the beta 2 values. Here's an example of the difference between normals and learning disabled. Sample size 114, where the normals are above the LD children on all these variables, in particular the red ones. PT, for example, means phase theta, PA means phase alpha. So consistently, those two frequencies are deficit levels in terms of communication patterns. Auditory memory effects for the 4 groups: normal, traumatic brain injury, specific learning disability, adult and child, all showing significant gains. Are they better than normal? Yes, all 4 groups were functioning better than normal in terms of a percentage value. Standard deviation effect on reading, significant effects across all 4 groups. Are they different than normal? Yes, they're all different than the normal appropriate reference group. For the child, we use the normal children's memory as the appropriate reference group. Significant improvement. Blue here refers to reading, and red auditory, this is percent improvement. And you can see both the adult and child specific learning disability shows significant improvement, well over 200%. Conclusion: the QEEG is the most sensitive and accurate physical diagnostic test for learning disability that we have available. Activation QEEG database EEG biofeedback or neurotherapy is by far the most effective intervention we have available for the learning disabled subject. For some information on our clinic, we're located in Charlotte. Website neuroeducation.co, phone, fax, and email number. Please share this information with family, friends, and local school districts who may not be aware of it at this point, and see if we can get this technology out to the public. Thank you for your time.